Ladies and gentle dudes, today I want to talk to you about the awesome weathering powders. These are from Huge Miniatures. I was sent this entire thing so I can show you guys and talk to you about how awesome these things are. Now, there are 12 of these pigments, ranging from straight up black to pure white. Now, I have used a lot of the Mars dust, the red dust, earth, the sand, the black, gunmetal, ash, peat. I haven't done enough of the kind of the more unique or niche colors, and I'm waiting to do some of the white for some snow stuff. But I want to show you, in combination with one of their other products, what I've done, and kind of show you how it looks and kind of walk through the process real quick, just because it's super easy. And these guys, they have their own video discussing the process, but I want to kind of walk through how I did it and what I've used it on. Okay, so move that aside, and we're back. Okay, so right here I have a Night Warden, okay, and then I have these two bases that are amazing. Oh, I mean, I shouldn't say that about my own work. I like them. And then I have this here, this texture paste. Okay, now I've also used, on this one, I used earth and a little bit of peat. And then over here, I used Mars dust, red rust, and a little bit of sand. Okay, so on this one, I used my standard cork, and then I put, let's focus, shall we? So on this base, I used my standard cork and then a little bit of the Huge Miniatures dirt. Is it dirt? Dirt. It's the dirt paste. Okay, it's the darker one. I used the dirt paste. Then I used some of the Shadows Edge Miniatures leaves. It's important to note that with these, you want to make sure you mix up some PVA and some water and lay it down and then put the leaves on top. Just putting them on there and then spraying it with clear coat does not actually hold them in. So, did that little number. Now, as you'll notice over here, there's a little bit of what looks like this dust had come up and raised some of this edges. That is actually the earth and peat weathering compound pigment powders mixed. Okay. This, I didn't do as much. I wanted it to really look a lot like the kind of the concrete and stuff. So that one is pretty untouched. Now we're going to come over to the Night Warden. Let's move this out of the way. You don't need that. You don't need that. Let go. You don't need this. It'll just fall off. Let go. Okay. So for this one, a little bit of learning occurred. Now, I made this and these mistakes before they put out their video, and they, I mean Huge Miniatures, put out their video on YouTube, and I did what I normally do. So normally when I make these bases, I put on the weathering paste, I put down the texture paste, and then the cork, and all that kind of stuff, and then I dry brush, and then I shade, and then I clear coat, and then I dry brush again, just to get some of those edges nice and crisp. Now, I put the texturing compound down, put the cork down, and then I made a mistake. So in such a huge rush to get in and use this stuff, I actually used the pigment powder first. And you can see pretty close here. Let's see if I can get close enough for it to focus. Right there. There's some good pigment on those legs, and it kind of comes around, and it's up here like it's been, stomping along. I didn't go too crazy because I'm still new to using this stuff, and I'm afraid, I was afraid to go a little ham. I went a little ham on the other one, and it looked just great. So, you know what? Throw caution to the wind, use this stuff, and you'll be fine. Now, what I did is I actually put the powder down before I clear coated, and the powder filled in a lot of the Agrolane earth crusty stuff, which sucked because there went a lot of my texture. And then I clear coated it because, well, now the powder is there. Now all my dry brushed edges aren't showing. So then I clear coated it, which when you put the clear coat on top of the powder, it made it look like glossy mud, which is actually kind of cool effect. I'll have to keep that in mind for later if I want to do something like it, like a wetlands had just dried, right? So there's still a little bit of water and it's kind of cracked or whatever, but it's not bone dry yet. But when I'm trying to make it bone dry, don't do that. Thankfully, the customer had requested I use a little more what looked like dirt or sand texture compound and not so much cracking. So I just told myself that that was all part of the plan and it worked out fine. So again, I popped the Titan off. I put more of the sand stuff down, and obviously there's different colors. So now I had to apply a uniform base coat of all the color. And from there, I did the base coat of color, did the dry brushing, did the shading. I put the model on the base, then I varnished it. And that's when I came back with the dust and the sand and came back through and applied it on top of the clear coat, which is what it says to do. Use it when it's still tacky so that the powder will stick to it, but it also dries kind of matte, which is what I wanted. So I've done that, and I think it looks awesome. It looks like it's tied into the landscape. The colors are a beautiful mix. I mixed my paint using very dark Doombull brown up into like Ushabti bone. So it's a very white. And the Mars dust, red dust, and sand and earth, they work well. They give it nice natural colors, and I think it worked out great. So huge miniatures. Thank you so much for the weathering compounds. Man, I can't wait to use it on other stuff. I'm thinking of some statues and things for the patina and the lichen. I honestly, I was nervous and afraid to try this stuff because it's like, oh, is it going to ruin my stuff? But now I'm super excited. I'm super ecstatic. I cannot wait to try it on more things. Huge miniatures. Thank you so much for sending me this stuff. I hope others will try it. I know I'm going to keep using the snot out of this stuff, and I cannot wait to see what other people do with your powders and your compounds. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, viewers. I hope you have a great day. Bye.